This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 5 and Happy New Year. I'm Amanda Quintana. We have team coverage tonight as we track a winter storm heading through part of our area to start off 2021. Adam Duxter is in Rock County where a winter weather advisory has been issued, but we'll start with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty. Hey there, Gary.
Hi, Amanda. Well, the storm shifted northward just a little bit, about maybe a county and a half farther north than where we thought the northern edge of the accumulating snow would be. So not everybody's seeing heavy snow. This is the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville, and they're just seeing some light snow there. They're kind of just at the northern edge of where the snow is occurring. But as we take a look at Doppler track over southeastern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, it's a different story. The snow steadily falling there. There has been a little bit of light sleet or freezing rain mixed in, although most of that has been farther to the south across northern Illinois. And you can see that sharp northern cutoff from about Platteville to northern Dane County to around Fond du Lac. North and west of there, not much in the way of snow, just some flurries, if anything, falling. And you can see visibilities are lowest across parts of eastern Wisconsin, down to a half-mile visibility. In Waukesha, Madison, a 1-mile visibility. But to the north and west, those visibilities improve. And toward the La Crosse area, they're not seeing any snow at all. Winter weather advisories in effect until midnight for Greene, Rock, and Jefferson counties, as well as southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. The heaviest snow will probably fall from around Monroe and Janesville, northeastward toward Milwaukee, perhaps as much as 2 to 4 inches, especially down toward the Illinois state line, whereas areas north and west of Madison will see a sharp cutoff to very little, if any, snow accumulating. Temperatures right now, mid-20s in Madison, around 32 in Janesville. That's where there still could be a little bit of sleet or light freezing rain, but all the precipitation should come to an end by midnight. We could see some patchy fog or freezing fog overnight into tomorrow morning. Look for a low tonight of 16, a high tomorrow of 28 degrees. Once we get past this weather, looks like we'll see a quiet start for the rest of the first week and a half of the new year, and that's some good news for everybody.
Later in the show then, Gary, thank you so much. Continuing coverage of winter weather in south central Wisconsin, Adam Duxter joins us live from Rock County. Adam, how are the conditions there right now?
Yeah, Amanda, if you had to describe it in a word, it would just be slick. We're headed right onto the interstate around mile marker 163, so very north Rock County, and the exit actually that we're going onto, or I should say the entry ramp onto the interstate, I mean, is not seen a plow yet, so traffic here is moving incredibly slow. So if you are out on the roads, you can expect to see some pretty significant delays, but also we've heard and seen of some issues so far. As Rock County Dispatch confirmed just a while ago, they've already seen at least one accident that happened actually just north of where we are now on the interstate, and they say they've gotten a number of other calls for vehicles going off the roads as well as cars not being able to make it up or down hills. Now, if you are in Rock County, the worst you can expect is along the state line. Southeast Rock County is what we've been told will get closer to 5 inches of snow rather than the 3 you could see elsewhere. And I did talk to Rock County Public Works. They say they've got all of their vehicles out on the road right now, close to 50 that are alternating between plowing and sand and also salt. But they did say even though the weather's supposed to end in just a few hours, the cleanup will likely take much longer. So
all right, be safe out there, Adam. Thank you. And if you haven't already, now is the time to download the Channel 3000 Weather and Traffic app. It'll be a great tool to have ready as the next storm moves our way. It'll give you the latest forecast for your specific location, let you know when any severe weather is headed your way, and can help you keep tabs on road conditions. It's free to download for both Apple and Android phones. New at 5 tonight, advocates are hoping this year brings action on the calls for equality we heard over the summer. Part of that comes in memorializing a trailblazer who made history during the civil rights era. Amy Reed shows us what one group is working on.
This next round of the legislature will bring an even more diverse crowd of lawmakers to the Capitol, but the building itself is nearly the same. The statues, paintings, and pictures don't reflect the work people of color have done in Wisconsin. But by this time next year, a committee is hoping a statue of the late Vel Phillips can change that. Phillips was the first African-American woman to graduate from UW-Madison Law School, sit on Milwaukee's Common Council, be appointed a judge, and hold statewide office, a long list of accomplishments that started in 1951. Boys and Girls Club CEO Michael Johnson is behind this effort, and he thinks she's the perfect person to join the other statues at the Capitol.
And I think it does our state a disservice when those that live in the state don't see representation at the state capitol. And I'm optimistic that the chairwoman of the committee, that the legislature and the governor will do the right thing.
The statue needs approval from all of them before it can be built. The first step is later this month on the 25th in front of the state capitol and executive residence board. If they sign off, the project can move forward. Johnson expects this will cost about $250,000, part of which he's hoping the state can cover, but he's also hoping for private donations so that by the time we ring in 2022, Vel Phillips can again be at the Capitol. Amy Reed.
Turning to our coronavirus headlines, DHS and county dashboards show an increase of nearly 1,800 new cases over the past day. 9 more people have died, while 27,000 of the state's 483,000 all-time cases remain active. Coronavirus cases in the U.S. now top 20 million. That's according to new numbers released by Johns Hopkins University. The 20 millionth case comes less than 2 months after the country tallied its 10 millionth. It took about 8 months for the U.S. to reach the 10 million cases. At least 346,000 people have died in the U.S. from the virus. The Trump administration hoped to hit a different 20 million on New Year's Day, 20 million vaccinations. The CDC says only 2.8 million vaccinations have been administered nationwide. That's leaving health experts like Dr. Anthony Fauci frustrated.
We would have liked to have seen it run smoothly and have 20 million doses into people today by the end of the 2020, which was the projection. Obviously, it didn't happen, and that's disappointing.
Shots are also reaching nursing home residents at an even slower pace than others in line, even though they are most at risk of dying from the virus. Only 170,000 people in long-term care facilities received a shot as of Wednesday, while 2.2 million doses have been distributed for residents. Senator Mitt Romney is slamming the Trump administration's process of distributing vaccines. In a statement today, the Utah Republican said the U.S. is falling behind, and the plan to rely on hospitals and pharmacies that are already overburdened was, quote, unrealistic. Earlier this week, Dr. Fauci said it would take years, not months, to get enough Americans vaccinated for there to be herd immunity at the current vaccination rate. We're learning more about the Grafton pharmacist who was arrested yesterday after he intentionally removed hundreds of COVID-19 vaccines from a refrigerator. Grafton police announced the arrest in a news release, but did not provide the name of the pharmacist arrested. Our news partners at WISN tracked down the accused pharmacist's house. Neighbors they talked to say they knew him from afar and watched his arrest yesterday afternoon.
You saw them take him away in handcuffs?
Take him away in handcuffs. He was in the back of the squad. My reaction is I hope he sits for a long time, because there's people that should have got those shots. And what if they get the virus now? It's horrible that somebody would do that on purpose, deliberately do it.
The president of Aurora Healthcare Medical Group says 57 people received one of these spoiled vaccines, but he says there is no health harm to getting a spoiled vaccine. Police say the value of the doses left out is estimated to be around $8,000 to $11,000. The Senate adjourned today after holding a rare New Year's Day session to override a presidential veto. Soon, a new Congress will begin, with lawmakers bracing for a series of challenges during next week's electoral vote counting. Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with more.
The bill on reconsideration is passed.
The U.S. Senate delivered the first successful override of President Trump's veto of the National Defense Bill. Earlier, Senate Republican leaders killed a final attempt for a vote on the House bill to give $2,000 stimulus checks to many Americans.
The House Democrats' bill is just simply not the right approach.
This is the last chance to deliver $2,000 before a new Congress is sworn in.
The new Congress convenes Sunday, and it will face its first test just 3 days later, with dozens of House Republicans and GOP Senator Josh Hawley expected to contest the counting of the electoral votes.
This is the only opportunity that I have to be heard and to speak up on behalf of my constituents.
The president praised Hawley on Twitter, saying America is proud of Josh and the many others who are joining him. Vice President Mike Pence will preside over the counting of the votes. Late Thursday, he and the Justice Department asked a Texas federal judge to throw out a case that would empower him to overturn the election results. The long-shot lawsuit was brought by Texas GOP Congressman Louis Gohmert. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking down to Georgia's two crucial Senate runoff elections on January 5th. The outcome there will determine which party controls the U.S. Senate. The race pits Republican incumbents Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue against Democratic challengers Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. Senator Perdue is currently in quarantine after coming in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. On Monday, both President Trump and President-elect Joe Biden will hold rallies in Georgia to get out the vote for their party's candidates. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
More than 3 million Georgians voted early for next week's runoff elections. In more local news, one person was hospitalized after a crash on Madison's east side early this morning. Police say the accident happened on East Washington Avenue at Milwaukee Street just before 3 o'clock. Officials say the driver crashed into a pole and suffered non-life-threatening injuries. A portion of the road was closed for 2 hours due to that crash. One person is in custody after a shooting in Fitchburg. Police responded to the 5100 block of Anton Drive around 2 o'clock. They say one bullet went through the wall of an occupied apartment. No one was hurt. That shooting remains under investigation. Milwaukee ended 2020 with nearly 190 homicides. That's nearly twice as many as the year 2019. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports there were 189 homicides last year. That tops the previous record set in 1991 by more than 14%. Local officials believe the increase was influenced by the pandemic. Non-deadly shootings were also up in Milwaukee last year. As of December 16th, more than 700 people had been shot in the city. Coming up on News 3 now at 5, meet the first baby born in our area in the new year. Plus, new laws are taking effect across the country today. What you need to know and which ones might affect you. And coming up on News 3 now at 6, with 2020 over, it's a good time to start planning your finances for the new year. What experts say you need to do right now. That's tonight at 6.
The 72-hour New Year's weekend sale is Saturday through Monday with a special one-day preview sale Friday at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery. Ashley Home Store.
Finally home. Okay, let's go.
Come on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final days of Toyotathon. Here for a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wait is over.
Oh, Camry. Yes.
Right now, during the final days of Toyotathon, you can lease a new 2021 Toyota Corolla for $179 a month with $500 lease bonus cash included.
You can get a great deal, too, at Toyotathon, but it all ends January 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
When we hear a big storm's headed our way, some of us fall back into bed, some into fresh powder. Spending your day indoors or out, it's all about knowing what to expect. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate first warn forecast so you can plan your perfect day.
2020 has been a year unlike any other.
And as we navigate the holidays, we hope you find joy and comfort
in the smiles of loved ones and the laughter you share.
in the tastes, smells, and sounds that kindle warm memories.
And in cherished family traditions, both old and new.
Here's to those who can't be with us. And until we can be together again, wishing you and yours a happy, healthy holiday season from all of us at News 3 Now.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour New Year's weekend sale starts now. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these, plus interest-free financing for 5 years and a bonus 5% discount off our sale prices. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, meet the first Madison baby born in 2021, and the USDA is out with new dietary guidelines, which includes babies and toddlers for the first time ever, what experts say your kids should be eating.
Get more local news now with Channel 3000 Plus, our free digital streaming service that brings you area news and info 24/7 from the News 3 Now team. Channel 3000 Plus. Download it today and watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Cleanup is underway today in Times Square after last night's New Year's celebrations. The ball dropped in Times Square as the clock struck midnight, but the crowd of millions that usually watch the festivities was not there. Crowds were prohibited from flocking to the area for the first time since the year 1904. As 2021 gets underway, a host of new laws are being added to the books. They range from caps on drug prices to police reform and even protecting the dead. CBS News' Chris Martinez has the story.
As coronavirus cases keep spiking, some 2021 laws deal directly with COVID-19. Some give help to essential workers. Others boost unemployment benefits or require time off for sick employees. One unusual measure in Alabama encourages fist bumping rather than handshakes. Several states are limiting monthly out-of-pocket insulin costs. In Washington state, the cap is $100. In Connecticut, diabetics with less than a week's worth of drugs and devices must be allowed a 30-day emergency supply with a price cap. Oklahoma is expanding Medicaid to include some 215,000 low-income residents starting in July. New Jersey, Arizona, Montana, and South Dakota all legalized recreational marijuana. And in Oregon, voters decriminalized the possession of small amounts of street drugs, including cocaine and heroin. Those caught will avoid jail time. Instead, they'll pay a fine and attend an addiction recovery program. The death of George Floyd in Minneapolis prompted a ban on police chokeholds in states including California, Delaware, Iowa, New York, Oregon, and Utah. Other laws create more oversight and reporting about police-involved incidents. Georgia created a new crime defined as bias-motivated intimidation, applying to the death or serious bodily injury of police, firefighters, and emergency personnel. Georgia will also require an audit before movie and TV productions get the state's 30% tax credit. And even the dead are covered under a new law in New York. Starting in late May, anyone who dies there has the right of protected publicity. Chris Martinez, CBS News.
New Hampshire is also expanding its laws regarding sexual assault, including adding protections for victims and requiring colleges to provide more support services. Lucas Carcagno is Madison's first baby of 2021. Carcagno was born at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital at 2:08 a.m. He is 20 inches long and weighs 6 pounds 15 ounces. His mom's due date was actually January 11th, but she says the family is excited and blessed because they didn't expect Lucas to join them today. Let's get a look at your first warned weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty.
Well, if you take a look at the radar, Amanda, that kind of tells the story. We've been talking about this for the last few days, that a winter storm was going to affect mainly southeastern Wisconsin. We thought last night the northern edge of the snow would be right around Madison or just a little bit to the south. You can see it's about 1 county north. So I just checked the snow level in our backyard patio. We're at 1.6 inches of snow, but those amounts drop off very rapidly to the north and east, and probably could be as much much as 4 or 5 inches down toward the Illinois state line in southern Rock County. You can see there's also might be a little bit of sleet or light freezing rain mixed in. For the most part, though, it will mix in with the snow and just cause the snow to become a little stickier. But a wider radar perspective shows the snow extends back toward the south and west, about as far south as St. Louis. But the storm itself is now starting to swing toward the north and east. So the back edge of the snow should start cutting off from northwest to southeast over the next few hours. And I think most of the accumulating snow should be done by mid to late evening and should be done all together by the time we get to about midnight. But right now, you can see the visibility is still a mile at the Dane County Regional Airport, 1.5 miles in Milwaukee. A few places like Waukesha are less than a mile in snow, but the visibilities are definitely improving out to the north and west. So again, as that back edge of the snow starts shifting eastward, that will probably put an end to the snow. Winter weather advisories have been expanded into areas south and east of Dane County, including Jefferson, Greene, and Rock counties. They extend down into Illinois. Still an ice storm warning and winter storm warnings for parts of central Illinois and southern Iowa where they've had significant amounts of freezing rain. But 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Once the snow ends by about midnight tonight, we could have the possibility for some fog or light freezing fog, as was the case last night. So keep that in mind. Areas that didn't get any precipitation could still see a little bit of slickness on the roads because of that. But things should improve. We're looking at dry weather for this weekend and for the first part of next week with at or slightly above normal temperatures. And you can see the storm kind of stretching out now as the first area of low pressure starts to weaken and a new area of low pressure starts to develop farther off to the east. So that should put a quick end to the snow later on this evening. Our forecast includes winter weather advisories for much of southeastern and south central Wisconsin. Look for a low tonight of 16. The precipitation should end by late evening. Again, some patchy fog or freezing fog overnight. And then tomorrow, look for a high of 28 degrees. Some patchy fog or freezing fog in the morning. As we look at future track, the snow will quickly move off to the east. This is by 10 o'clock. By midnight, the flurries should be gone. But again, there could be some patchy fog or freezing fog overnight. Snowfall amounts 2 to maybe locally 5 inches toward the Illinois state line. 7 to 10 day forecast, though, calls for temperatures to be back into the middle 30s. And we'll also see some light snow chances about midweek. But for the most part, we're looking for quiet weather for the rest of the week. As we take a look at first warn traffic, as you'd expect, areas that are getting snow right now, seeing some delays. You can see on the belt line, we're seeing some areas of red showing up where traffic is moving a little bit slower. But down to the south, as you travel along I-3990, these areas of red, especially north of Janesville around Edgerton, some delays there. I-94, we're seeing some slowdowns toward Milwaukee. But north of Madison, where there's little or no snow, traffic is moving pretty much at the posted speed limits. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right. Thank you so much, Gary. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5 as the second half of the school year gets underway. Why one group of students doesn't seem to be going to school.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour New Year's weekend sale starts now. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these, plus interest-free financing for 5 years and a bonus 5% discount off our sale prices. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Brighten up your home at Menards and find your style with Patriot Lighting. Choose from over 7,000 lights to customize your room to your taste. Check out the Crete Island light now for $179.99. Complete the fixture with LED light bulbs from Sylvania. Sylvania LED bulbs are long-lasting and energy efficient. A 4-pack of clear, dimmable LED light bulbs is $4.99 right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
to your teachers.
In that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay
is what we pay.
Not a cent more.
Because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,400 on this Silverado.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
News 3 Now this morning brought together chefs and owners from struggling local restaurants.
Without assistance, a lot of us aren't going to exist in 2021.
Your holiday helpings are already making a difference, and continued support can help keep these vital community businesses alive. Learn more at channel3000.com. Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts, simple and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
The 72-hour New Year's weekend sale is Saturday through Monday with a special one-day preview sale Friday at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save huge on top brand appliances, including top brand doorbusters like these. Plus, no interest for 18 months and quick ship delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
It's that time of year again. How can we help?
Could you haul this away for me?
Oh, it's gone.
There was stuff here. Amazing.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
As families struggle with remote and in-person learning, educators are noticing a large group of students missing from the classrooms this year, and that is kindergartners. Naomi Rookum explains why some families are opting for a kindergarten gap year and what parents need to know.
The Hubachers were excited their 3 daughters would finally be in the same school, with their youngest Riley making the cutoff for kindergarten. But they chose to hold her back in part because of the pandemic.
Kindergarten is going to be sitting in a plexiglass cube with a mask on. I was like, it just hit me like, oh my gosh, this is not in the best interest of Riley.
It's a trend in many school districts around the country. A recent survey of nearly 500 district leaders and principals found more than half are seeing a decline in kindergarten enrollment.
Kindergarten is a really big step.
Gloria Corral is the president and CEO of the Parent Institute for Quality Education. She says many young learners are already feeling behind because schools had to close last spring, and they miss out on far more than academics when not in the classroom.
Things that we believe are so important as educators is really around creating routines, developing habits, things like self-soothing.
Kindergarten isn't required in parts of the country, so some parents are opting for kids to skip it altogether.
We worry about the impact that not having children participate in these educational opportunities will have, both in the short term, but importantly, over the long term.
Rebecca chose to send Riley to preschool again to avoid virtual learning.
A 5-year-old can't do that, to be sitting with her, forcing her to do the remote learning. I've already seen a huge improvement in her academically, and she's really excited to show me her letters and numbers.
She thinks her daughter will be more than ready for kindergarten next year and hopes things are more normal by then. Naomi Rookum, CBS News.
School leaders also worry a drop in enrollment will have an impact on state funding. The hope is that state legislators will step in to help districts in need. A final check of your First Warn forecast when we return.
Looking for a sofa? Looking for a chair? You haven't shopped furniture in Madison until you've shopped Dwellings, Madison's best-kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous new showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
We're going to find the perfect treat.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Now through January 4th, use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $5,800 below MSRP on this Equinox. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Now through January 7th, join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. $10 a month, no commitment. 2020 is over. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. And spread out while you work out with cardio distancing and our new crowd meter. Plus, use our app to get moving anywhere. Your fitness is essential, so kick things off with the year's best deal. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 7th.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Get huge clearance prices on every brand in the store with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Only Maine delivers more satisfaction every day, like a risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee, giving you 100% confidence in your purchase. How's that for more? The Everything's on Sale sale with more selection, more savings, and more happy homes on everything now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
You make plans, what to wear, where to go, when to go, what to bring. And then the weather changes everything. Let News 3 Now First Warn Weather prepare you for what's coming. First, fast, and accurately, so you can plan your life.
At News 3 Now, we've been asking antenna viewers to rescan TVs in order to receive our boosted broadcast signal. If you're still experiencing problems after rescanning, you may need to install a UHF-VHF combined antenna. For more information, please go to channel3000.com.
Ghost stories, sleeping in, afternoon naps. Some things are just better with a toasty, warm blanket. That's why News 3 Now and St. Vincent de Paul are collecting new and gently used blankets for our neighbors in need. Please drop them off at a Dane County St. Vincent de Paul store or participating area churches the last weekend of January. Or donate new blankets online at svdpmadison.org.
Looking for a sofa? Looking for a chair? You haven't shopped furniture in Madison until you've shopped Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous new showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
All right, we're watching some winter weather tonight. Let's head to meteorologist Gary Canulty with the final check your forecast.
Yeah, the worst of the weather will be south and east of Madison. You can see on high-resolution Doppler radar, once you get north and west of Dane County, little, if any, snow is falling. As far as winter weather advisories are in effect for areas south and southeast of Dane County until midnight tonight. Total snowfall about 2 to 5 inches, basically from around south of Janesville over toward Milwaukee.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.